Welcome, everybody, to the 2025 Imola Grand Prix. This will be an interesting day today.
That's indeed true. I'm Lucas McKenzie, and we have the main commentator, Tomas Darula, over here. You can find him on YouTube and other places like that. Oh, okay.
And yeah, today we have Oscar Piastri starting on pole after a beautiful qualifying by him. We have Verstappen P2, Russell P3, and Norris P4. You know, personally, as like a Lando Norris fan, like it could be better, but like, you know.
Yeah.
All right, but here we go. We are starting the formation lap. Not sure why I'm not seeing that on the chart here.
Alrighty. See that? Okay. Sorry about that. My microphone was not working on TikTok. I bet you heard it on Thomas Darula's live stream, though, if you're watching there.
Indeed.
But yeah, as I was saying, I'm Lucas McKenzie, and I'm here with the main commentator, Tomas Darula. You can find him on YouTube and Twitch, but I'm here live streaming on TikTok. So we've currently started the formation lap.
Yeah, make sure you guys check out Headset Hijack at Headset Hijack TikTok to see his stream. And yeah, we're in the formation lap. Not the
75 years ago
Ferrari
this
fans.
week, Giuseppe Farina won the first F1 race at the 1950 British Grand Prix.
A long time ago, indeed. Long time
Yeah.
ago. And so the fastest pit stop of 2025 is in Saudi Arabia. 2 seconds on the dot by Ferrari. That's quick for these
Yeah.
cars. These
Especially
tires.
because people dunk on Ferrari's pit stops a lot, but they actually are not that bad.
Oh, they're locked in, dude. The Drivers' Championship is led by Piastri with 131 points. Norris P2, 115 points. Verstappen is in P3 with 99 points. It's a big gap between the two McLarens and Verstappen. What are your thoughts on that, Hijack?
I don't know. It's kind of crazy that they like that he's so low, but I'm not sure about that. And yeah.
Yeah, you know, the Red Bull car this year, it just seems like, I don't know, dude. It just doesn't seem proper, you know? I mean, like,
Yeah.
it feels like they're having a lot of problems. You know, Sonoda's not doing well. I think he qualified last year, no? He's starting from the pits today.
Oh no! I think he had a huge damage. He had to get his
Oh yeah, he had that
yeah.
crash.
So he had to get his mono. I don't know how to say that. The it's like the main chassis
Monochrome.
that he had to get
Yeah.
repaired. Yeah, yeah.
Make sure you guys
And
check out that crash on YouTube. It was insane, dude. Holy. I remember watching it for the first time and I was like, "Oh my God, what just happened?"
Red Bull will be starting their 400th Grand Prix in Formula One today.
That's a lot of races in F1.
That's
That is a
true.
lot of races in F1. We're
And
lining up on
doing
the grid
yet to
here.
score a point in his 6 races he had, and Colapinto will now be replacing him. I think he is starting low down the order as well, 16th.
Yeah, Colapinto is racing today, which is cool to see because he deserves a seat here.
Yeah, and it looks like we're lining up for the start here as we now receive the green flag. Ready
Here
to
we
go
go.
here.
So the green flag.
Lights aren't coming on.
Where are the lights? Oh, there's
Oh, there we go.
one. There's two. There's three. And 5 red lights. And we're off for the 2025 Imola GP. As here they fly down into turn 1. Piastri holds the lead. Verstappen passes. Oh, Norris gets a bad start there and he drops down to P4. Verstappen takes the lead of the race in the third turn. Verstappen is now leading the race. Piastri P2, Russell P3, and Norris P4. As here we round into the little hairpin we got on the track, and Verstappen still leads the race. What a start by Verstappen, coming in from P3 to P1. Legendary race there. As here we come into the uphill section.
Sorry, leaderboards are having issues here, but it seems like they're working now. But yeah, Verstappen, our new race leader, only a couple turns in.
And I don't know why. Oh, there is the leaderboard here. It's showing them.
There you go. So Colapinto lost 2 places on the start, and Leclerc made up 1, and Hamilton down 1 as well. So Ferrari, mixed emotions here today as they were eliminated in Q2 yesterday. But currently we have your new race leader, Verstappen.
So Verstappen had a jump on Piastri. We're going to take a look at the replay soon. I don't know why the leaderboard, what you guys are seeing on the stream, is so laggy. Don't know what's happening there. It's, okay, I guess I'll refresh it then. Low-key big brain moment.
Yeah, that's literally what I did and started working. But yeah, we currently got Verstappen leading by about a second to Piastri. So Piastri already out of DRS range, and Ocon makes a pit stop. So wonder what happened there. Not sure, but
Ocon boxes with a 2.6 second stop time. I don't know why he's boxing, but Verstappen on the replay, he went around the outside of turn 2 and kept it on the inside of turn 3 there. And what a move by Verstappen to take the lead of the race.
Very crazy stuff here. Everyone from 3rd to 8th has stayed in their starting position, but Verstappen has gained the lead of the race. Piastri lost the lead of the race. And Gasly and Leclerc have made up a position each, and Hadjar's down 2. Antonelli's up 1, Hamilton's down 1, Bortoleto Lawson staying in the same place, Hulkenberg up 1, Colapinto down 1, Behrman up 1, Tsunoda down 1, and Ocon down a few.
So now we're back on the main straight, starting the third lap of the race.
Yeah.
And Verstappen still leads. And the gap is now 1.4, so he's indeed pulling away, but he's always been fast on this track, Verstappen. Remember the year when, I don't know, was it 21 where this guy won 30 seconds ahead? I remember that.
No, I don't even know.
But, yeah, 1.4 is the gap. 2.3 from Piastri to Russell. So, looks like the top two are pretty much pulling away from the pack here.
And Antonelli, the Italian man, is currently in P12 at the moment. He's going to be looking to get some good positions here as he's got a lot of time. Fans says, ooh, who's that? Went off the track. Gasly off the track and into the runoff area. He makes it back into the race, though, but he's down to 14th position.
And wow, Gasly, was that a little bit of a moment with Bortoleto? I think so. But yeah, went into the gravel, managed to get back on the track. Oh, that was something there.
Yeah, as I was saying, Antonelli, he's gonna be looking for a good position here as he's got a lot of Italians rooting for him. And he's even got reportedly he's got his classmates here, as you have to stay in school till you're 18 in Italy. So he's got some of his classmates cheering him on from the stands.
That's amazing.
Maybe he's got a crush that he's trying to impress.
Oh, I know, bro. So we're getting pretty far into the race so far here, and yeah, the positions are roughly staying the same. Holy stroke, Kimi Antonelli and Lewis Hamilton looks like they're in a little bit of a battle there. Hamilton is trying to get past.
Yeah.
Battle for 11.
Hamilton will be looking to get the position to impress the Tifosi out there, but then again, it's an Italian man versus an Italian team. Which will they support?
I'm not sure, bro. Maybe the team.
Yeah, a lot of Ferrari flags I saw out there before the race started.
Yeah, and here we go. So we're sending it down into the penultimate corner. The braking zone as they swing it around, and I don't know why the map is still frozen. It's what is happening here?
Oh, mine is too. Didn't even see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna refresh again. I don't know what's happening. It's just the map.
We currently have Verstappen leading Piastri, Russell, Norris, Alonso, Sainz, and Albon, and Stroll, Leclerc, and Hadjar currently all in the points. Leclerc's going to be looking to improve that position, though, for some more points.
Definitely, indeed.
So I'm just looking at the race start replay here. Everyone was really close up in there. I think we even had an Aston Martin trying to get up in a position. And yeah, just Verstappen going around the outside, being very aggressive, but it paid off in the end.
Yeah, what a move by Verstappen. But, you know, he'll do anything to get the position. Yeah. So here we're on board with Russell as he sends it. And he looked to have a better launch than Verstappen initially. And he was right on the tail of Piastri on the left side of the track. But he kind of had to back out and... Wow, Verstappen.
And Russell over the radio at the start saying, bleeped Piastri, what is he doing?
Yeah, it looked like he did kind of brake a little bit earlier or something. But then Verstappen just absolute demon on the brakes, just sends it down the outside. Like full late on the brakes, and he makes the move. So here we're on board with, what is this, Jack doing? As he was... No, that was actually Gasly. I don't know how to read my numbers, but Gasly with Lewis Hamilton it was, and he just got forced off the track at turn 9.
Whoa.
Oh.
That probably got some debris on the track now because of that.
Yeah, maybe.
Not much. But it's just going to be a couple of rocks, but yeah.
So Russell and Piastri. Russell has
This
the
faster zero
fastest
to, yeah, the
0 to
faster
200.
launch.
Yeah, Russell had a .2 second faster 0 to 200 kph launch. So he did have a way better launch than both Verstappen and Verstappen and Piastri. So Russell could have had P1 here. He could have been in P1 here.
And apologies for the map here. Seems like there's been an issue with it, especially because both of the map and the leaderboard have a 21st person in there with weird characters on my screen. Don't know if that's just for me.
Oh, I see that too, but I cropped it out. But it's annoying.
Yeah, but it's also on the map as well.
Oh yeah, it is. What the heck is that? Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys check out racingtees.ca for new shirts, new hoodies, new everything.
Got very good stuff on there.
You can get your favorite merch from your favorite teams in Formula One. And here we go, around the hairpin of 7. Watching Kimi Antonelli and the battle of Ferrari with Lewis Hamilton. Let's see how this will turn out.
Yeah.
So Hamilton is .3 behind him. So this could be very overtakeable opportunities here.
So we're on lap 7 here. Most on the mediums. Antonelli, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Behrman, Tsunoda, and Ocon all on the hards. Seems like they're on alternate strategies because they're all below the top 10, probably looking to gain position by overcutting.
And Leclerc is also probably going to be soon trying to make a move on Lance Stroll for P8. Gap is 1.1 between those, as they're now rounding the final turn.
Hadjar's right up on the tail of Leclerc, though, with a 0.4-second gap.
So yeah, Leclerc and Hadjar, they could be having a little bit of battle there too, but looking mainly at the battle of Ferrari, as the gap was 0.1. Hamilton almost could have made a move there with the DRS, but now they're sending it back around the track.
So Piastri's going to be looking to gain some more time. Seems like Verstappen's got a pretty good setup here. He leads by about 1.5 seconds, which is not enough for Piastri to have, which is enough for Piastri to not have DRS, but Piastri's going to look to make up positions to try and get it back.
Exactly. And now we're looking at George Russell and Lando Norris, as Lando Norris looks to be maybe trying to make a move on Russell. And the gap is 4/10. So we'll see on the DRS straight what Norris can do with that speedy McLaren. And here we look at, oh, wow. Colapinto did the same thing as his teammate Gasly, just on the exit of turn 17. He went wide, almost he got a couple tires on the gravel there, but that was a little bit interesting. And here we go. Norris and Russell. Who's going to be in front as we send it down with Norris, who has DRS into the first turn. He's going to make it around the outside. No, he's going to have to retreat that one. As a little bit of a battle here between Norris and Russell. Now we're sending it down into turn 5. And Norris round the outside of turn 5. And he's going to have to back out again. Wow, Norris is trying to get there and now into the hairpin of 9.
Yeah.
And
getting really close, but not enough for him.
Sorry, that was the hairpin of 7, as now we go into turn 9. And Norris still trying to look at Russell in front of him and get past. There's a little bit of a battle between those two. And yeah, Hamilton and Antonelli, they're still kind of sticking in their same positions here for the battle of Ferrari. And you can see right now what we're seeing on our screens is the Mercedes engineers looking very focused up on this right now.
Yeah.
So now we're coming down into turn 17. Now we're going to have DRS again with Lando Norris down the main straight. We're going to see what happens as he's got DRS coming down into the first turn. What is it going to be? He's going to go around the outside again, and he's not going to be able to make the move there. But here we go. Rounding the first couple of turns. Now we're going down into turn 5 again, where he did have an opportunity before. He's so close. He's going to send it down the inside on the grass, and he's going to have to retreat out. Holy, what is this action? Now into turn 7 we go. The hairpin. And it's going to stay single file through here. Oh, Norris is pressuring Russell very much on lap 10 here. Now, Pierre Gasly was just in the pit lane. I don't know what he was doing there. And Russell complaining that Norris just drove on the grass. And trying to take the blame away from him that he pushed him off the track. These little mind games in Formula 1.
Traditional blaming, usually.
Oh, I know. And down into turn 17 again. With more DRS to come as Lando Norris pops that Durst and most likely that Urs, and we're gonna send it down into turn 1.
And it looks like he might be able to get a good send here if he can calculate it right. He's gonna drink around the
completely alongside, but Russell with his good defending, as now it's gonna be closing it into turn 5, and he's gonna go around the outside of turn 5. Oh, and Norris makes the move into turn 6. As now he's defending into the hairpin of 7. And what a move by Lando Norris to take P3 away from Russell. Ho, ho, ho.
While that was happening, we had Leclerc and Lawson make both their pit stops. And Lawson's down into 19th, while Leclerc's down into 17th. And it seems like we don't know their tires yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, so Gasly did box a couple laps ago, and I don't know why he's boxing so early. I think he had a problem, or he's just running softs.
Could have been possibly because of him going off the track.
But yeah, here we go. So the view on Norris, he kind of switched it to the outside of turn 5, and he had the inside for turn 6, and he made the move stick. Kept the inside for turn 7, which is the hairpin, and he had Russell going around the outside of that, but he could not make the move.
And Russell box for Russell now.
So yeah, Russell boxing. Let's see what tires he goes on. And who's that boxing behind him too? I think
Seems
that's
like it's Sainz.
It's Williams. So it is Sainz. So here we go. Russell.
Let's see how quick that stop time is, and that was a 2.4. Not bad for Russell. Sainz getting his pit stop done, and wasn't too bad. I think that was about 3.4 seconds. So it wasn't too bad, but still not the fastest.
So both drivers are now going on the hards. They're playing the tire game. And who was that Ferrari getting past both of them on the pit exit? Leclerc. Up to P15.
Now we have confirmation that both Lawson and Leclerc are now on the hards.
So Verstappen with a comfortable leading margin of 2.5 seconds to Piastri in second. Norris now P3, but holy, he lost time to that battle. He's now 8 seconds behind his teammate. And Piastri saying, I think plan A is very ambitious. That is quite interesting. You'll never know what plan A means, but plan A means something.
Yeah. Always the plan A, plan B, plan C type stuff.
So now we're on lap 13. And Lewis Hamilton and Antonelli are still having some sort of a battle here. They're kind of stuck in a DRS train, though. So that's quite interesting. It's a pretty big one. It's from Albon in P4 all the way down to, was that Sonoda? Yeah. So P4 to P12 is just a huge DRS train. Which is going to be annoying for the teams to get past other drivers. So Alonso just boxed. Now he's on the hards. He swapped out from the mediums. And he is in P15 now.
That's indeed true.
And Stroll running P5.
Sorry.
Yeah, so Stroll running P5 here.
Yeah, Stray makes Piastri makes a pit stop, so he's going to be down a little bit into 12th position, but Verstappen will lead Norris by about 10 seconds at the moment. Can't see that on my main screen yet, but looking at the leaderboard.
Yep, so Piastri now boxes. Let's see the stop time. So he goes onto the hards. From the mediums, stop time will be 3.6. That's a slow stop. But we'll see that what that costs him against Verstappen. It's not going to be good for the battle with Verstappen. But indeed, he drops down to P12.
Albon in 3rd position at the moment.
Which is actually pretty good because Norris and Verstappen do not have a pit stop under their belt. Albon is...
I don't think Albon does either, though.
Yeah, but the only problem is it's 14 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the leaderboard's glitching out. There we go. I just saw Piastri shoot up to 4th position there, and then he went back down. Oh, brake fire from Alonso.
Oh.
That's not good. That was as he was pulling out of the pit lane, too, so that's definitely not good for him.
Well, there we go. Now my thing's working indeed. Oh, I see.
Oh, yeah, mine's as well.
Okay, well now you guys can actually see something.
Yeah. Seems like Alonso might be retiring. I haven't seen that yet, but with that brake fire that we saw earlier, that could be definitely an early retirement for Alonso if they can't get that sorted. That's Stroll making a pit stop at the moment. And might have been another slow stop. Yeah, 3.6. Stops aren't very quick today.
Not very much, not very quick.
So Alonso's staying in 15th. Not sure what happened with that brake fire we saw earlier, but
Yeah, that was quite interesting. We'll see if his car is okay. I think it's fine.
especially if he drives at full speed, then wind should help maybe put it out. But then also, if you're driving at full speed, then if you have to brake, then you might be screwed with the brakes on fire.
Oh, I know. So now the current gap between Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri, 31 seconds. So we'll see. I think Verstappen will be ahead.
Yeah, when he makes the
After
pit
his
stop,
pit stop.
he should still have points when he makes a pit stop.
But we will have to see indeed. And here we go with no, that's Hamilton. He's trying to make a move on Antonelli again. But it's the battle's still very much going on between these two. So here we go into turn 5. And now into 7. And wow, Hamilton's very much looking at the back of Antonelli right here.
Yeah. So it seems like Verstappen can make a safe pit stop and probably possibly still be in the points if he gets lucky, but we'll have to see.
Here, replay with Liam Lawson in P18. So he sends it down the outside, making a move for P18 against Bortoletto. He was sent it around the outside.
Battling for the low positions here.
And the battle, here we are on board again with Lewis Hamilton here.
Who's chasing down Antonelli for P5?
As they send it down into 7.
And guys, feel free to drop a follow or subscribe depending on what platform you're on, as we like to stream these almost every weekend that there's a race.
Indeed, indeed. So now we got Verstappen with a 9.6 second gap to Norris, which could be closed further in the race. You never know.
Yeah.
because Norris and Verstappen have not boxed yet. But
Isaac Hedger, P4, yet to pit.
yeah, we'll see very much what happens.
So average time lost for a pit stop is 28 seconds. So if our data is right here, then Verstappen will be cutting it close to either get 8th or 9th, and maybe even 10th, depending on how slow his pit stop would be, but not sure.
Yeah, very much so.
He'd be cutting it real close to Colapinto on the way out. So as it stands, we currently have Verstappen, Norris, Albon, Hadjar, Antonelli, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Colapinto, Behrman, and Piastri to round out the top 10. And not sure what the fastest lap here is. I think Leclerc has it with a 1:25.05.
So last lap, Piastri just lapped 8/10 faster than Verstappen. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
will see what happens with those two.
Seems like he has the faster, fresher tires. Verstappen's still yet to pit. Anyone above Piastri is still yet to pit, and Tsunoda in between Leclerc and Piastri have pitted, but he has not.
Hold on, I just read my thing wrong. So actually, it's Verstappen who lapped 8/10 faster. The gap between them is 32.3 seconds, with
Oh.
Verstappen gaining. So we will see what happens here. Looks like Verstappen will stay in the lead after pit stops, but you never know.
Yep. Still waiting on more pit stops here. But surprised, Hulkenberg, 7th place in the Kick Sauber. It's actually pretty good.
And here, Behrman and Piastri, they're going to have to send it out on the main straight. Piastri has to make this move here, and he's going to send it down the inside with DRS very easily. Cruises past him, and there it is, P9 for Oscar Piastri.
Seems like these fresher tires are a bit better.
Yeah,
They
but
usually are, but
clean air is way better than that because Verstappen now lapping 1.3 seconds faster.
that hurts being a McLaren fan. Anyone also a Toronto Maple Leafs fan in here?
Oh no. Indeed,
Game
indeed.
7 tonight, 10th game. So still, Verstappen yet to pit. I wonder when they're actually going to call this guy in, because he's on mediums too. It's not like he's on the hards trying to last out on them.
And now we have, who is that? Piastri making move on Colapinto. So now
Yep,
Piastri
he needs a head.
P8. Next person in Piastri's head will be Hulkenberg, who's 2.8 seconds ahead.
Just carving through the grid.
And Verstappen and Norris still your P2. Albon still cruising P3. Hadjar is in front of the big battle between Antonelli and Hamilton. So that's interesting.
Norris radioing, and he said, and his engineer saying the key for us is free air and going along. So I think Norris is going to try and look to gain some time and get ahead of Verstappen.
And that is indeed very true, because when you have clean air, it's just focus and send it, and you get good times. So
Yeah.
So Hamilton is now 5 of a second behind Antonelli. And we're going to see what happens between them. As they're coming into turn 2, which is the first real overtaking zone. And Hamilton's going to stay behind Antonelli.
Surprises me. Antonelli's doing a really good job of holding him back. But then again, that Ferrari ain't that great this season.
Oh, it's not as good as it used to be.
And Sainz is being radioed that
Alex is 21.8. 21.8. And it's clearly a one stop if Alex is doing 21.8. So that means that a one stop, because if you do switch onto the hards, looks like there's slower lap times than if they were on the mediums that they were at the start. So it looks like he's going to try to go long for the one stop signs. So we'll see.
Yeah, it seems like overall Verstappen is much faster than Piastri.
So yeah, Albon looks to be lapping faster than Sainz. Albon has a 21.8, so it's a one stop for Albon, I think. And Hamilton, we definitely want to undercut these guys. There's no gap right now, and we are not resulting out plan C.
They got the plans A, B, and C. Never know what they mean.
And Leclerc is 4 tenths behind Behrman. Will he make the move into turn 2? And he will not have enough. So Leclerc is in a little bit of a dilemma here behind Behrman. He cannot seem to get past him.
Piastri still carving through the grid. Next, he's going to set his sights on Hamilton, but he's about 4 or 5 seconds behind, so it's going to be a little bit before he can get there.
The gap between Piastri and Verstappen is 33.7 seconds. So Verstappen is gaining time on Piastri here. But we'll have to see, because Piastri he was carving through the grid. So we will see if he lost time to that. Once Verstappen boxes, which he looks like he's going for a one stop because he has not boxed yet. It's lap 23 of 63. I think he's going for the one.
Russell complaining about some issue with his car. Seems like he's saying the rear tires are moving around, even like one on a straightaway, and he's saying he's struggling because of it.
That's
It's definitely not
odd.
great for him. Anyways, if you guys are looking for any F1 themed t-shirts, you can go to racingtees.ca. We have t-shirts, hoodies, and even new arrivals that aren't F1 themed. So if you guys are looking for anything like that, you can go check us out and let us know what you think of it.
And what was that move? We just saw Leclerc get past Behrman into turn 2, sorry. And now he's going to be looking for Hulkenberg, who is... Let's take a peek here. Hulkenberg, yeah, but I'm seeing the gap. I don't know why it's not showing me.
The gap should be about through.
There it
sorry,
is.
yeah.
3.5.
And unsure of what Russell just said on the radio, because we love TSN in Canada. They just put on ads at like the worst times. Yeah, so it looks like they were saying something about that they're investigating the data for what's going on with his rear tires. Yeah, just looking at the onboard cam for the rear, definitely looks like there could be an issue. I don't know if that's just maybe the suspension moving up and down, or if I'm like actually seeing something.
And now the gap between Verstappen and Piastri is actually closing now. It's 32.5. So Piastri is now gaining on Verstappen. That's going to be interesting to see. As he's also closing in on Hamilton and Antonelli and Hadjar. So we will see how this plays out. he might lose some time behind them, but Hamilton and Antonelli are still kind of evenly paced so far. So Verstappen still cruising out front, Norris P2. And still keeping an eye on the gap between Piastri and Verstappen. It's now 32.3 still, and it's ever so slightly closing. So we'll see what the Red Bull engineers will do with that information. So now Piastri is very heavily closing in on Hamilton. Gap now between them is 0.6 seconds. So now Piastri has caught Hamilton. We'll see how he can get past him.
It seems like they're replaying something of Russell here. I think this is Russell getting past Sonoda. Yeah, just a nice clean move around the outside of, what is it, turn 1? So not too bad. And there's a guy waving a Mercedes flag in the middle of a bunch of Ferrari fans.
That's great. Love to see that. So it's a pretty chill part in the race so far. Just keeping an eye now. The gap 32.4 between Verstappen and Piastri. This will be interesting to see when Verstappen boxes how it will play out. Because Piastri could have the pace to get past him here. Because Piastri, when he's getting past these guys, he has DRS, which is giving him a bit of a boost to catch Verstappen, but also he's probably losing that in the turns because he's behind slower drivers, yeah. So we'll see how this rings out here.
Verstappen,
And
Norris, Albon, and Hadjar and even Antonelli, all still yet to box.
And now Piastri has got past Hamilton. Now they're going to go into the chicane of turn 14. And Piastri is not going to make the move there. But we'll see with DRS down the main straight what he can do.
Piastri and Leclerc are the only ones in the top 10 to make a pit stop at the moment. So they'll be looking for some good positions here because everyone else will have to box in between them.
Now we're going on to the main straight with Oscar Piastri. And he has the DRS. Will he be able to get past Antonelli? And he's going to try to go around the outside. And he's going to cruise past Antonelli into turn 2. And he will take P5 away from Antonelli. And next is Hadjar. 1.1 seconds ahead.
Yep. So we got currently Verstappen leading 9 seconds from Norris. So it's not too bad. And Albon saying, let's not be stupid right now. And I think if Verstappen boxed right now, he'd actually be in good position. If he boxed, he'd be just where Albon would be right now in third. So that's actually not too bad for him.
Indeed, not too bad.
And we're seeing a replay here of Piastri making the move on Antonelli, I believe that was. And yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, so we have a couple of Aussie fans in the crowd holding the flag.
It's true.
And now we're coming down into turn 17. And now onto the main straight again we go. Piastri will he be able to make the move on Hadjar. Gap is 0.5. Now he has DRS. He's going to maybe cruise by. And now he's going to send it down the inside of the track. And he will take P5 from, P4 from Hadjar. And next will be Albon, who has 7.3 seconds. So he does a little bit have clean air here. Gap between Verstappen and Piastri is 32.1. So still enough for Verstappen to stay ahead in the pit window.
And Norris, I think, is boxing, it says on the leaderboard here. Denny Kvyat in the Williams garage.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know what he's
interesting.
doing there. But yeah. And yeah, so now the gap between Norris and Verstappen, 9.8. And that is pretty interesting. So
Yep,
Norris
so
is
Norris,
boxing.
Yep. So he'll be going on the hard tires.
So Norris going on to the hards. Everybody's going on to the hards. Looks like Verstappen's though. He's sticking strong. He's gonna be probably doing a one stop. I don't know if Norris is gonna try to go to the end on these tires. That's gonna be pretty hard to do. But
And that is a... Not going to tell me how... Oh, there we go. 2.1 second pit stop time. So that's actually really fast. One of the fastest probably of the day.
good stop time by Norris. And yeah, he's probably gonna go to the end on these tires. So he's gonna stick with hards to the end. I don't know if the hards are doing well around the track. They seem pretty decent. And yellow
flag. Track hazard.
Yellow flag in turn 7. Ocon is stopped. Ocon is stopped in turn 7.
Oh, he's on the grass.
He's on the left side of the track, pulled over, double yellow flag. And what happened to his car?
So, stop the car. We have an issue radioed to Ocon, so... Doesn't even make it back to the pit stop. And we will have virtual safety car here. So, VSC will be deployed.
The virtual safety car. The hazard is in turn 7, which is the hairpin around this track. So now 18 seconds stops. Time loss under safety car or virtual safety car. So we'll see.
And Verstappen is pulling into the pit lane now. He is very close to the pit lane, so he managed to pull in during the VSC. That will be mega for Verstappen here. So let's see where he will come out. And Albon pits behind him. So yes, I think he will stay in first position. That's really good for Verstappen. Not that I like that, but that's really good for Verstappen.
So yeah, Piastri will not be able to make the pass. Verstappen is in the pits.
Yeah, the gap is just too massive.
And Albon also boxed, and he will, I think, be... He will not be staying out in P2 because Piastri is now flying past him. And I would like to see the gap now between Piastri and Verstappen.
So Albon in 4th. I actually want to see a good position from Albon here. So we're currently under VSC conditions, guys, if you're just joining in. So there will be no overtaking at the moment, apart from pit stops and stuff, as Ocon had to pull over to the side due to a car issue.
So yeah, Verstappen has a big advantage now as the gap is 21.7 after
his pit stop.
21.1 after pit stops. So Piastri does now have to fully catch 20 seconds worth of time. So
unless they upgrade it to a full safety car, then that'll be really good for Piastri.
That'll be quite interesting. So now Norris is actually P3. I'm on P4. So it's top 3 Verstappen, Piastri, and Norris, which is really good for them.
So currently under VSC conditions, everyone has now made a pit stop. And Verstappen currently leads Piastri by 21 seconds.
For those joining new, make sure you check out shirts and other supplies at racingtees.ca.
They're very good. I have 2 of them. They're very nice.
Very nice shirts indeed. And now, looking at the Battle of Ferrari, it looks like Hamilton actually lost time to Antonelli.
Yeah, he seems to be about 5 seconds behind at the moment.
So I don't know what happened.
Piastri made another pit stop.
So Piastri boxed again. So I think he was setting himself up for a 2-stop, which is not the best around the track right now, as we've had multiple drivers say on team radio.
He's going on hards again, which kind of surprises me. Well, not really. I mean, that helps him out, I guess, more than other people, because he can probably ride those hards out to the end.
Yeah, probably.
Just joining in, guys, we are currently under virtual safety car conditions, so not anymore, though. It's ending now, so we will be green in just a moment here. And Verstappen currently first position, leads by about 20 seconds to Norris. Feels like 2023 all over again. And green flag at the moment. Track is now clear.
So we're back to greens. And the gap now, Piastri and Verstappen, 39.5. So definitely no way that Verstappen will lose the race unless he crashes. He's cruising in front. And Piastri is P3 trying to catch Albon.
Race control now saying DRS enabled.
DRS is enabled. Looking at Talcon's onboard. Out of turn 7, which is the hairpin, and his engine kind of just stops. And he has to just kind of pull over to the left side of the track on the grass. And it's annoying for his race. He is now out of
Whoa! Russell almost hitting a Haas on the way into the pit lane earlier. That was very, very close.
Holy, I just saw a bunch. Oh my god, and an unsafe release by one of the drivers too. I don't know who that was. Maybe an Alpine, but so there's a lot of carnage. A lot of carnage in the pit lane right now.
Yeah, just a lot of chaos.
And Antonelli was just able to squeeze ahead of Hamilton out of the pits.
At the moment, Verstappen leading by 20 seconds. Whew, that's a big gap.
Now Hamilton is 1.1 seconds behind Antonelli. I would love to see Hamilton pass Antonelli here. That would be a pretty cool little battle if they could battle here.
Yep.
And Bam is in the box.
I think he's retiring. I may or may not be mistaken, but the leaderboard says he's out of the race, so I think he's retiring his car.
I think he
I'm not
is
sure what happened there,
retiring
too.
indeed. So, he's not retiring. He's back out on the track. Just a very slow stop for some reason. I don't know what was happening.
It's grayed out on the leaderboard at the moment because he's being lapped, unfortunately. So, not the best result Haas was probably looking for today.
And
but
Lando Norris, fastest lap with a 1:19.8.
Maybe he can catch up.
We are just halfway through the race, so I mean, anything could happen at this point. As here we have Russell in P12 going for the move for P11, and he makes the move against Hulkenberg into turn 2. And now he's going to be looking at Strolovich in P10.
Kind of forgot that's his real name.
And Albon is in P3 again because Piastri was in the pits. And a very good result right now for Alexander Albon right here. He's cruising in P3. Looks to be like a minimal time gain from Piastri. And here we have Carlos Sainz replay. Little bit of contact. Little bit of contact with Tsunoda on the Red Bull.
He says, again, this guy touched me like in Bahrain.
And yeah, there was a little bit of contact, but it looked like Tsunoda could have left a little bit more room on the inside of turn 3.
I think the stewards might investigate that.
And Piastri now has the fastest lap with a 1:19.7. So the McLarens are flying. Is what I'm getting from this right now.
Yep, so noted by race control, they turn 2 incident between Tsunoda and Sainz. So that will be noted by them and probably investigated.
So yeah, they'll be checked out for causing a collision. We'll have to see what happens there.
I think Behrman, no, it's just not showing, but he is still lapped by everyone. But then has a 30-second gap, or not lapped by everyone, but lapped by at least first, and has a 30-second gap to the person in front of him. So don't know what Behrman's gonna do here, but yeah, definitely not a great day for the Haas team.
Yeah, like Ocon is out of the race because his engine, and Behrman, P19. Can't do much there.
Yeah, the best of the rookie drivers is currently Hajar in 5th position after a pit stop. This is actually really good. This is looking good for Albon at the moment as well. He's on the podium with his pit stop already made. So if he can last on these tires, that'd be nice to see Albon on the podium.
So now the incident between Sonoda and Sainz. There's no further investigation. So there'll be no time penalties for causing a collision.
Most likely just deemed a racing incident.
Piastri is gaining a little bit on Albon here. We'll see what happens between those.
I'm rooting for McLaren, but I don't even know if I want to see Piastri overtake Albon. It would be nice to see an Albon podium.
Oh, Albon on the podium would be pretty cool right now.
I'd like to see a 1-2, maybe like Norris, Piastri, and then Albon, and then maybe Verstappen retirement. That'd be cool. Might trigger some people in chat because there's people that like Verstappen and stuff, but in my opinion, I just don't like him. Like I don't like hate him, but like I don't root for him like at all.
So fastest sector 2, 27.6 for Oscar Piastri. He is pretty fast out on the track right now. He is kind of flying. And we'll see what happens with Oscar Piastri. As now he is pretty much closing in on Albon, gap 3.7.
I wonder if Colapinto will actually last more than the 5 races that he's currently contracted for.
So last lap, it looks like Piastri did gain a second on Albon. So we'll have to see what happens in the race. Last time for Albon was a 120.7, and for Piastri is a 119.6.
At the rate that it's going right now, Albon and Piastri will be battling in about 3 laps.
So we'll see what happens between those two. Gaining a second a lap. Gap is 3.2 between them. And yeah, it'll be an interesting one. And what is happening to my voice? Cheese and rice. And make sure you guys check out racingtees.ca for merchandise in Formula 1. You have many shirts, many sweaters on there.
Very good. I have I have 2. They're very high quality. And we're currently on lap 37 here. I was watching a replay of George Russell overtaking down into turn 1 for 9th position. So currently we have Verstappen leading Norris by around 18 seconds. That's a pretty big gap. Almost feels like we're watching 2023 again. But yeah.
And Albon 9.5 to Norris.
Yeah, she seems to be gaining still on Albon, so battle in 3 laps might be true.
Now we're looking at Leclerc and Antonelli. Leclerc is now behind Antonelli, and he's going to be trying to find...
And Hamilton's engineer happy about the P5 at the moment, but Hamilton not too happy, saying that he had to sacrifice a lot of tire life to get it.
So yeah, Hamilton is in P5, so he didn't get past Antonelli, but now Leclerc is going to try to get past Antonelli. So here we have another Ferrari battle, or Italian battle, sorry. They're going into the chicane of turn 14, and now we're going to be going down into turn 17. We'll see what happens between those two drivers, and Leclerc won't be able to do anything. But now he will have DRS onto the main straight, and I believe Antonelli will not. So we'll see. Leclerc will be able to get past him. Gap is 4 tenths, so this looks good for Leclerc. Will he make the move? He's going to go around the outside, and he's going to make the move around the outside of Antonelli. So Leclerc is now P7.
And guys, I'm just going to do a quick 1-minute poll. So if you guys think that Verstappen's going to win, put some laughing emojis, or sorry, smiling emojis in chat. And then if you think that someone else will win, put crying emojis. So I'm just going to start that now. So you can probably see it on your screen now. So just type in a laughing or a crying emoji if you think laughing for Verstappen, and then crying for someone else. So currently, at the moment, we got Verstappen leading the race by 18 seconds, though. So he could very well win, but I'm not sure. Right now, it's 50-50. We got one laughing one crying one, with 30 seconds left in the poll. So it's 50-50 with you guys in the chat here.
So the gap between Albon and Piastri is 0.8. So I think Piastri had DRS, or he has DRS going into turn 2, which is the first real braking zone on this track. And he will not be able to make the move. And he did not have DRS. So gap is 0.7. So now this lap they will be battling. Looks like Piastri's gaining still roughly a second a lap on Alexander Albon. We'll see. I don't know if Albon will be able to hold this, but we will see very shortly. And we're looking at Hulkenberg get past Alonso into turn 2 with some DRS.
So the results are in for the poll. You guys said 50-50 on who you think's gonna win this race.
So the gap is 0.6 between Piastri and Albon. This is going to be an interesting one. As they go into the chicane of turn 14, Piastri's going to hang behind.
Ooh, and a turn 7 incident involving car 23 Albon noted for a yellow flag infringement.
Let's see the replay on that. So Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, he did have DRS, and he did go around the outside of the Aston Martin.
Of Fernando Alonso.
And now Piastri is going to be right on the tail of Albon. He's going to go to the outside, and he's going to make the move into turn 2. So now Piastri's back in P3. No further investigation for Albon, which was the yellow flag incident.
Currently, as it stands, Verstappen will gain 25 points, and that'll put him definitely a decent amount in the Drivers' Championship. I don't think it'll get him up any positions. It actually might. I'm not sure, but we'll see.
And now we're looking at turn 7. There is the Ferrari of Leclerc trying to get past Hajar. And this would be a good move if Ferrari could pass Hajar here, because then it'll be P5, P6 for Ferrari, which is a pretty good result. Now Piastri fastest sector 1, 24.808.
So currently, the Haas team might be crying in their garage, as Behrman's lapped and then has a 29-second gap to the guy in front of him, and Ocon is currently out of the race here on lap 41 out of 63.
Now our lap 41 indeed. Hamilton cruising in a good result of P5. Leclerc still trying to get past Hajar. Will he be able to do it now? We go on to the main straight. And here comes Leclerc on Hajar. Will he be able to make the move? Let's see. And he's going to come out ahead in turn 2 of Hajar. What a move there. So now there's P6 for Leclerc, P5 for Hamilton.
Yeah, so it's looking like could be easily a Verstappen win here, but I'm praying for some miracle that Verstappen doesn't win. Not that I hate him or anything. I prefer McLaren, but I don't know. If Verstappen win, I saw too much of that in 2023, so it's made me kind of not like seeing it any other time.
Yeah, so we're gonna take a peek at your top 3 here, which will stay most likely the same throughout the entire rest of the race. Verstappen, Norris, Piastri. And very good result for Ferrari right now. Even for Albon, this guy's hanging in P4, which is an insanely good result for Williams. His teammate Sainz is
Down in 10th.
in 11th, actually. Because
Are
I'm
we
pretty
sure?
sure he's gonna
From what
make
I
the
can
move.
see.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I have
sorry.
mine delayed here, so
Yeah, sorry, I
it
forgot it's a little bit
matches.
delayed. Can't really see the leaderboard right now for the actual race, so I'm looking at the leaderboard for the timing at the moment.
Yeah, I delayed that too, so I can have it match. And yeah, top three staying roughly the same. Not much action happening. Two Mercedes are in P8, P9. Yeah, so Sainz was able to get past Hulkenberg for P10.
I think Russell was having issues earlier with his rear that he was saying. I don't know if they ever got those fixed. Maybe that could be an issue.
Maybe it could. Maybe it could.
And I'm just still marveling at the fact that the Red Bull mechanics managed to repair that like absolutely destroyed car of Sonoda.
Oh yeah, that crash in qualifying was insane.
Yeah. If there wasn't a Halo, I really don't think he'd be alive today.
Oh yeah, it was quite interesting.
Alonso's saying he's very unlucky right now. Max Verstappen, 64 career race wins, looking to make it 65 here today.
Yeah,
And
Verstappen.
Bortoletto next driver to be lapped by the Max Verstappen, absolute demon of a guy.
And
Some people had signs up saying Franz Herman for the win because Colpinto getting radio right now to swap the positions, but that sign means because Verstappen went to the Nordschleife and raced under a name called Franz Herman. No one batted an eyelash until they saw that they broke a track record, and they said, "Well, Franz Herman, who's that?" And then they looked at the person who got out of the car, and it turns out it's just Max Verstappen. And Gasly's saying, thank you for swapping the positions, as Colapinto down now into 16th as they swapped the positions earlier.
Flavio Briatore is in the Alpine garage. Interesting to see him back in Formula One. I thought he got a lifetime ban, but
I think he's acting team principal, no?
okay, well that's new for me then. I swear this guy had a lifetime ban
Oliver
from one of the seasons in the 2000s.
Oliver Oakes had resigned from Alpine team principal.
Ah. So Piastri fastest lap 119.2, so it's getting faster and faster.
I swear Alpine's always rotating the team principals and their drivers. So
Oh, I know. So Verstappen now coming in on Lawson and Colapinto for the lap.
and we're gonna do a gift vote here in a moment. So gift a star if you think that Verstappen is gonna win, or gift a heart if you think that someone else will win. If you guys feel like it.
Charles
So yeah,
Leclerc.
again. So
Well,
yes, Leclerc. P6. We may ask to swap positions in a bit. And guys, again, if you want to vote, you can put a star in if you think Verstappen is going to win, and a heart if you think he won't win and someone else will.
so yeah, really good position from Ferrari. It looks like they might be gaining on P4. I'll take a peek with Hamilton. And yes, Hamilton is gaining 0.3 a lap. It may be enough to win this here. It may be enough. I'm not sure why it's saying we're on lap 18 on my map thing, but we are on lap 46.
No, that's how many laps are left.
Oh, that's This is
Oh,
18 out of 63 though. And what
get
is
that off to the side.
that?
That's Antonelli. Antonelli may be having a car issue. He has an issue, so he will be pulling over to
And
the
there's
side.
no way Antonelli in the same exact spot that Ocon was in when
Ocon
he retired.
Yeah, so there unfortunately goes Antonelli. Oh, that hurts. Yellow flag out. Maybe a
And
VSC. Ferrari preparing the pit box.
it will most likely be another VSC here, as it is in a pretty dangerous location.
But it's currently a yellow flag. We'll see what they upgrade it to as
And
they
it's a
may
full
upgrade it. And
safety
it's a full
car.
safety car.
Wow, this
Full
changed the
safety
race
car.
around.
So,
So Norris will be right behind Verstappen. Piastri will be right behind Norris. And Hamilton will be right behind Albon. So this will be very interesting for the race.
so I just noticed a question on how many laps are left. We got about 17 laps left, and there is now a full safety car out as Antonelli. See the replay here. Must have had an issue. I don't know what happened. I guess he just might have lost power. And yeah, he just loses power out of the corner. His car doesn't accelerate. Think you can
So
try and get it going, but
that
nope.
looks like the exact same thing that happened to Albon. Or not Albon, Ocon.
Ocon.
So that is actually very interesting because exact same
Verstappen
spot too. So Verstappen
makes the
boxes.
box.
Will Norris box? Hamilton does box. Norris will box. And
He
we'll see if
comes
it's
out in third, I believe, here.
And let's take a peek if it's a stack stop for McLaren. It may be one. It might be one.
If you're just joining in, guys, we are currently under a full safety car, which changes the race dramatically as Verstappen will not have a 20-second lead anymore because he will have to catch up to the safety car with it, along with everyone else.
So McLaren does it in a way where now Piastri's in P2. He stayed out. Norris boxed. So Verstappen, Piastri, Norris will be the order. And oh my God, Albon was able to squeeze through. Oh, and he wasn't. I thought that Albon was able to squeeze through there on pit exit, but no, he wasn't. So the top four is Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, and Albon. So this will be interesting. Hamilton did box. Leclerc stayed out. Hadjar boxed. And we'll see what can happen as we have 17 laps left in the race. This is quite interesting.
Yeah. So currently under safety car with 16 laps left to go. Verstappen on fresh tires, same with Norris, but Piastri staying on tires. Kimi Antonelli walking out of his car. So you're going to have to get the probably one of the tractors or cranes or whatever to get that lifted up and out.
So the two McLarens are very close to each other.
Yeah,
And
it's
now
just shocking.
everybody will be now scrambling at full speed to catch each other. And oh, we're gonna see Verstappen, Piastri, and Norris right next to each other behind the safety car. This will be very interesting for the race as we have 16 laps left.
Yeah, it's funny. We were just casually watching, and then all of a sudden, boom, safety car out, changes the whole race. And
Indeed.
looks like Bortoletto and Behrman and everyone that's been lapped will be able to unlap themselves. So it'll be good for them. Yeah, it looks like Behrman behind Verstappen, so FIA may allow them to unlap themselves. And Albon goes into the pit box, so he'll be able to get a fresh set of tires while staying in fourth position, as Leclerc is about 36 seconds behind him. And again, going on the hards. Seems like the hards are very viable tires today. No one's even got on the softs. Guess they're not viable at all, because if I was a driver, I feel like I could run softs, but that was just maybe me being cocky, but I don't know.
No, so mediums was what most drivers started on today. And they all went on to the hards. Some 2 stops, some 1 stops. Verstappen with the 1 stop, but this was his 2nd stop because of the safety car. So this will be an interesting one.
And Bernd Mylander seems to be going very fast in the safety car.
Absolute rocket ship driver right there. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
He's
Like
crazy.
some people think that they're going slow, but they're not even going that slow. They're usually going like 100 kilometers an hour slower than they usually would, which isn't that bad.
Pretty quick still.
Yeah. So a lot of people decided to opt to go on the fresher tires to for when the restart happens, they'll be nice and fresh tires instead of being on the older ones and getting in battles that they didn't need to be in. It seems like
Just replay.
Norris.
See the replay of
Ooh,
Lando Norris in the box. And
yeah,
the front right was pretty slow to go on, but
yeah, definitely screwed him over.
not too bad because there's a safety car. So they're all right up next to each other. Leclerc is right behind Norris. So Leclerc somehow makes it P4.
Which is pretty good considering he started in 11th.
That's Albon P5 because I'm pretty sure he boxed.
And they seem to be bringing out the tractor type thing to get the Mercedes of Antonelli all hooked up and lifted out of the track, so then we can get a restart going here.
So the safety car for Albon was actually not great. He did lose a position. And
Oh, yeah,
he might lose two more here because he has Russell and Hamilton right behind him. And then his teammate Carlos Sainz. So we have 15 laps left. It's plenty of racing time to see these four drivers go at it. Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, and Leclerc.
Well, who's to say that someone can't get back up in there?
Exactly.
It's true as well, but who knows what's going to happen here. If you want to vote driver of the day, vote closes in 13 laps. You can go to f1.com/vote. And while you're on the web, how about you go to racingtees.ca and take a look at some of our t-shirts we have over there. We got F1 themed t-shirts for almost any, or sorry, actually any team that you would want. Just not Audi yet. That'll be next year. We'll add that team in there. Same with Cadillac as well.
And yeah,
And Leclerc saying,
very premium quality shirts at that website in Leclerc.
complaining about tires. He's hoping he can finish in the points. He says the tires aren't doing great.
Yeah, looks like some tire wear was pretty crazy on this track throughout the race today.
Indeed, very true. Currently, we got 14 laps left to go, so not too bad.
And hold on. So the lap drivers are not getting out of the way here because we look to have a Haas of Oliver Behrman chilling in between Verstappen and Piastri. So that's not going to be good for the battle there. Looks like they're not going to get lapped cars to overtake.
Yeah, so not going to be good for Piastri.
Couple of Lando Norris fans in the crowd today. You're going to be watching on as he might have a chance to do something here with the race win.
Yeah. Not sure here. Praying we can get a McLaren win, because I do really like McLaren, but might not be feasible here today. I hope it is, but we'll see. Definitely a lot more left to go in this race where we have 14 laps left, and we're still under safety car conditions.
The safety car has lasted pretty decent amount of laps.
As Antonelli's car almost ready to be lifted up, but as they're pushing it off the track.
So safety car has been out for 4 laps, I think. So I'm sure the drivers would love to get it going away soon. And in 1973, 75 years from now, the first safety car was deployed at the 1973 Canadian Grand Prix.
Sorry,
And
that's not
oh
75
my.
years. That's not 75 years from now. That was 23 years after the first F1 Grand Prix. So
Okay, so I was wrong then. I don't know why it's saying that, but
It just says F175 because it's the 75th anniversary of F1, which is pretty
Yep.
cool.
and yeah, quite interesting looking safety car back then.
Yeah. So it seems like the tractor won't be picking up Antonelli's car, and they just push it off the track. So instead of that, I think we'll have a restart very soon. We're seeing a replay of Piastri here. Don't know what happened. Maybe just something interesting to see, like the cool intricate suspension when he goes over the curb. But yeah, seems like we might get a restart here soon.
So the safety
Not
car's
sure
been
yet though.
out for 5 laps. Ho ho.
So they have pushed Antonelli's car off the track. So if they're gonna restart, I bet they'd do it very soon. Yeah, so the Tifosi won't be too happy if Ferrari doesn't do too well because they've already got an Italian driver out. They don't want the Italian team to do bad.
Exactly. So we have Leclerc P4. He could be trying to go for a battle against Norris on the start. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, they're just gonna have to hope and pray that they get this Behrman guy cleared out of here.
Yeah, it's going to be annoying for Piastri against Verstappen.
But they seems like we're gonna get another lap under safety car conditions here, as they haven't said anything. So maybe I would have them. If I was a race director here, I'd have the lapped car clear this lap, and then I'd restart on the next one.
Yeah.
But as it stands, seems like we're not restarting yet, but I'm hoping this should be the final lap under safety car because I'm trying to commentate on some racing here.
And Nico Hulkenberg started P17, now he's P10. Looks like he might be getting a 0.4 kick Sauber, which would be legendary. And there we go. Lap cars to overtake the safety cars. Here you have Behrman flying past. And it's only Behrman.
He's the only one that's lapped, so.
So he's going to be sending it around the track. And that's going to be very good for Oscar Piastri and Max Verstappen. Their battle there will be very interesting. Two McLarens are going to have a massive boost from that. And Leclerc chilling behind Norris.
I think we're going to get a restart next lap here, as it looks like they're in the final sector.
And Red Bull celebrating 400 races in Formula One, which is just legendary.
400 Grand Prix is a lot of time. I think that was, what, since the 2000 and something, I think. They bought it off a Jaguar, and then they have this great team now.
Oh, so now we're coming into turn 17, which is not the penultimate corner. It is the penultimate corner of the penultimate corner. As here we go. Now into the penultimate corner. And the safety car will stay out.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting, man. Can't we get, like, some racing action here? As we got only 11 laps left to go, but
we'll see what happens.
Behrman still hasn't got the rear of the field. I think that's why we're not restarting yet.
Next lap will likely be the racing lap. Vote closes in 9 laps for driver of the day. Go to f1.com/vote.
And we have 1 win by Norris for the driver of the day.
And also 1 win for Antonelli and 1 win for Yuki Tsunoda.
And safety car will be in this lap.
So we are now going into the start of the second sector, which is the hairpin of turn 7. And we will be sending it around the track one more time with the safety car. Oliver Behrman now a couple turns away from the back of the field. As now we go into the technical section of turn 12, which is always fun to race on. Starting now the final sector. And you'll be very much coming up to the line soon. Safety car is ending. So
Well,
we'll
about 10 laps.
see
Yeah.
some racing action between Oscar Piastri and
And
Max Verstappen. As also Norris behind Piastri could do something. And Leclerc, P4, looking at the rear of Lando Norris, which sounds weird, but he will be looking to make a move. Top 4 are gonna be quite interesting. Green flag now, and we'll see
we'll have about 10
Verstappen.
laps of racing action here to go. As Verstappen will lead the pack out, but he still hasn't accelerated yet. And it seems like he'll be going now. He's accelerating.
So acceleration out of the exit of turn 17. And here we go, down the main straight. Oscar Piastri, gap 0.6. Will he be able to do anything? They're both most likely using some ERS here. And now into turn 2, which is the first real braking zone of the track. Looks like Verstappen has already pulled away quite a bit. There's another gap is a second between them.
And so we currently got about 10 laps to go left here. And seems like Verstappen might be able to hold on. He's already building up the gap like crazy.
Yeah, the gap is 1.1 between them. And what a move there. Was that Hamilton and Sainz? I think Hamilton actually kept Sainz behind.
If you guys are looking to support your favorite teams at an affordable price, go to racingtees.ca and buy one of the t-shirts. We have every team on there, and you can rock your favorite team in style.
Now Piastri,
Anyways.
1.4 seconds behind Verstappen. He's pulling away very quickly.
Yeah. It's not too good for Piastri. He has 23 lap old hards, while Verstappen has only 7 lap old hards, so it's going to be a bit harder for Piastri to do better.
And we'll see, because Norris does have new hards as well, so we'll see if they want to swap positions and let Norris go for the charge on Verstappen.
And Norris and Albon have a safety car infringement noted by race control. Not sure what happened there. And race control now, DRS enabled. Not many people are going to have DRS, though, as, well, a lot of people, apart from the top 3, will not have DRS. As this is Yuki Tsunoda and Nico Hulkenberg. Replay here. Didn't look like there was anything. Ooh, and Nico went off. That's, I can guess why they were trying to show a replay there.
So if McLaren does want to swap positions, they're going to have to do it on the main straight because Norris will have DRS. Actually, will not have DRS at this point, but this will be the optimal pace to swap positions.
Yep.
See if they will swap the positions. So Norris will have DRS now.
I doubt they will swap the positions, as Piastri leads the World Drivers' Championship at the moment, so he's going to be looking to maximize points. No further investigation for Norris and Albon safety car infringement. Not sure what that was even about in the first place, but yeah, no further investigation.
So Norris has DRS into turn 2. He's not going to get past. And Verstappen now 2.5 ahead of the pack, which is going to be quite annoying for the McLarens. But still a very good result for McLaren. Now Verstappen fastest lap 118.2.
Yeah,
flying.
so I'm predicting here that the top 3 will stay the same as it was before.
Albon actually
Alright,
fastest sector 1. Alexander Albon.
He might be able to put off a good performance here. That'll be nice, some good points. But yeah.
And yeah, we're looking now. I'm gonna look at the battle between Albon and Leclerc, because Albon might be trying to make a charge on Leclerc here. Gap is 0.6. This would
He might be
be
able to gain.
very interesting if Albon passed Leclerc here for P4.
Tifosi won't be too happy, but some other people might. I don't know.
Well, they are on the main straight. And Albon does have DRS.
So if you're just joining in right now, we are 7 laps away from the end of the race. Verstappen currently leading, and Antonelli and Ocon both had engine issues and had to pull over the side of the track and retire.
And Hamilton looks to make a move on Russell there.
Yeah, so it seems like Verstappen could easily win here.
So now Hamilton will be looking to catch Albon maybe for P5. But Albon is closing in on Russell. Not Russell, Leclerc. Albon's closing on Leclerc here. Maybe for a possible overtake. They're going to be starting Sector 3 now. Into the hairpin of 14.
Which would definitely give Albon really good points if he can get 4th position here. Williams will definitely be very happy with double points, 4th and 8th for both of them if he can pull off the overtake here.
And also looking at the McLarens, looks like Norris is really catching Piastri. The gap is 0.5. Will they swap positions? Because it looks like Norris is catching. We'll see. Now we're going to go into turn 2 on board with Lando Norris. And he will go alongside into turn 2. And he will pass his teammate. Norris takes P2 away from Piastri. We'll see if they will battle it. And it looks like maybe a little bit. But no, they're not going to battle it. And Norris is now looks like going to try to catch Verstappen. As Albon now 4/10 behind Leclerc, still trying to make a move, maybe.
Piastri may not be too happy with that, as he is currently leading the Drivers' Championship. So he's going to want those extra points, but he may not get them.
And Alexander Albon 1/10 behind. He is putting the pressure on Leclerc right now. Strong pace by both Williams, actually, as Sainz is P8, which is a good result. And he could be maybe making a move on Russell as the gap is 0.8. So we'll see the DRS. And we're looking at the replay of the two McLarens. So Norris comes down into turn 2. He goes round the outside on corner entry and sticks around the outside and makes the move with the inside of turn 3.
And sorry about that noise earlier, guys. TikTok thought I was inactive, so they asked me to verify, but it made it sound like someone was calling me. But anyways, Verstappen currently leading from Norris, 5-second gap at the moment, with 5 laps left to go. Or why does it say 5 laps left to go? It's like more like 4. But yeah, 4 or 5 laps left to go for the end of this race, as Albon still chasing down Leclerc for position, which he's looking for any points he can get at the moment. But Leclerc also trying to impress the Tifosi here in Italy.
So it says that Albon is gaining 0.03 seconds a lap. So they are right behind each other, though. Or Albon is right behind Leclerc. So we could see what will happen now into turn 11 and 12. And
very fine margins here.
Maybe on the DRS straight we can get it again with the DRS. And Sainz could be trying to make a move on Russell here, because Russell does not have DRS and Sainz will have DRS. And the gap between them is 7/10. So we'll see what happens. As now Leclerc and Albon setting it down on the final turn. We'll see what will happen. He will have DRS, Albon. Gap is 0.4. What will happen now? Into turn 2 will be a possible overtake. And here goes Albon trying to make the move. Around the outside he'll go into turn 2. And he's going to stick around the outside. Oh, and he gets pushed off by Charles Leclerc. And he's going to lose the position as well to Lewis Hamilton. So
he'll be down into 6th position here, which is definitely not good for him. He's not going to be happy about that one.
So Leclerc forces Albon off the track. We'll see if the stewards look at that one. But now he is 3/10 behind Hamilton, Albon. And we can see if he'll try to make a move. Now Russell and Sainz are still hanging pretty close to each other. Let's see the replay. So Oh yeah, he gets
Oh
forced
yeah.
off the track.
He said that wasn't fair. Maybe the stewards might investigate that, but not sure
Yeah,
if that could
Charles
have been
Leclerc.
just. Uh, oh
No,
yeah,
he was.
yeah.
They were wheel to wheel, front wheel to front wheel, and Leclerc just forced him off into turn 3. So,
Yeah, that could definitely be an investigation by the stewards.
so we are looking now at Russell and Sainz. We'll see what they can do, because that is very overtakeable territory for Carlos Sainz. But now he will not have DRS actually.
Yeah, forcing another driver off the track has been noted by race control between Leclerc and Albon.
So if
So we'll see
Leclerc
if
does
that
get
gets
some
there.
sort of penalty, all Albon has to do here is pass Hamilton again. And that
But
will
he may or may not have to pass
he will
Leclerc
not
as well, depending
pass.
on what penalty it is.
So the two Ferraris swapped positions just in case that Leclerc has to give the position to Albon. So now Hamilton is P4, Leclerc P5. And we'll see. So Albon is gonna maybe try to go for the move there. No, he won't.
As we only have about 2 laps left. I feel like it's going to be a Verstappen win here unless something magical happens where he goes off the track or maybe crashes or something. Unless something magical happens here, it's going to be probably a Verstappen win.
And Hamilton fastest sector one with a 24.5. So Hamilton's setting pretty decent times here as well. As Albon now will try to go on the main straight for a little bit of a move. He will have DRS, and his teammate had, or not his teammate, and Leclerc will not have DRS on his teammate. So Albon has the DRS popped. Will he make the move? He's gaining. He's gaining. Into turn 2, he's going to go around the outside again, and he's going to have to back out. And oh, that was almost a repeat of what happened lap before. So now we have Albon maybe trying to make a move around the outside of turn 5, and he's not going to be able to do it. He's just backing out into turn 7 now, which is the hairpin, and nothing will happen. So the two McLarens have actually spread out quite a bit, 5 seconds between them. And Albon Leclerc still having a little bit of a battle here. Hamilton's pulling away, 3.2 now between Leclerc and Hamilton. You'll see if Hamilton can try to catch Piastri, but he's going to have to gain 2 seconds in 2 laps. But he is gaining quite a bit. But we're going to see this battle come down to the wire between Albon and Leclerc. 3/10 again. They're right. Oh, and give the position. So Leclerc has to give the position to Albon. So Albon's going to take P5 away.
As we're here on the final lap. Wow, that comes down to the wire.
So it is still under investigation. So Ferrari's going to play it safe and let Albon through. So now Albon's running in P5. And he's going to have to just try to hold this P5 from Leclerc because the gap ahead to Hamilton is 4 seconds. So that is not doable anymore. But Hamilton is right behind Piastri here. 1.5 seconds. I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything. But he is gaining quite a bit. And now we're on the final lap.
Seems like Verstappen's going to be getting the win here.
Now
That will put him
Verstappen rounding
up.
turn 17. And Verstappen now rounding the final turn. And Verstappen will come home to win the Imola Grand Prix in 2025. And another win for Verstappen, picking up 25 points. Norris crosses the line, P2. Piastri crosses the line, P3. Very good day today for McLaren, and Hamilton with P4. Very good day for Ferrari as well, as Albon will be able to hold it off for P5, P6 for Leclerc. Good day for Ferrari here today, yeah?
Yeah, and Williams as well. Like, there's definitely some teams that pulled in some good points today. So, yeah, definitely a pretty good day as everyone pretty much now takes a checkered flag. And yeah, it will be a win for Verstappen. So, yeah, I think that pretty much concludes our stream then. So,
Guys, make sure to follow. We will be streaming most likely the next race again. So make sure to follow so you can watch that as well. And make sure to check out racingtees.ca so you can get an F1 t-shirt for any of your favorite team to watch during the stream. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to end the stream right here. So see you guys later.
Guys. Thanks for watching. Great day, guys. See you later.